Hey guys, and welcome back to Ghost Trick. Lynn has beseeched us. She wants us to head to the prison and find out, I guess, the timetable information, the work schedule for prisoner D99. So, I think it's the least we can do as a protagonist, to help her out and whatnot. So, game on, gamers, as a certain Brit would say. Oh god, that reference is going to make no sense until the fucking Resident Evil playthrough comes out.
Yeah, no, it's not.
That was a good playthrough. I'm pretty happy with that. And if you want my opinion of how Ghost Trick is going, manic, schizophrenic would be a better word, I think. But it's been really great. And, no disrespect to you, Richie, because I always like commentating with you. But just to get to talk to Mexi again on a regular basis has been pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what to say. That's like a lot.
You can just say thank you,
Gracias.
I'm waiting.
I said gracias.
Oh, okay. Thank you. You're welcome-o.
Welcome.
Now listen.
Arigato, Toms.
Now listen to Birdman over here. He's got the deets. Yeah, that girl don't know you exist. That fucking hot as shit redhead will never even look at you. You might as well fucking kill yourself. But you should live life until the point that you do. That's what I'm trying to say.
Wow. I think we've reached the most depressing part of this game involving death.
Oh yeah.
Is the sheer loneliness of the living.
Oh my god, now I'm sad. And I haven't had a chance to take my depression medication today yet. Guys, don't let me hang up the call, please.
To be fair, I think I forgot my depression medication today. That's not good.
Oh my, is everyone in HellfireComms depressed? No wonder we do fucking video game talky
Basically,
things.
yes. Basically, we are, yes.
What did you expect?
Yeah. That guy's building a pretty sweet pyramid of cards over there, although I'm not sure I appreciate the accompaniment, the accoutrement of wine. Says a lot about a guy on active duty.
Yeah, I mean, especially since he's working at a prison, alright? So this is a government installation.
Well, it could be right, Bina. I'm judging, I suppose. But yeah, even I, the epic commentator funny man, can sense the tension in this scene. So, let's start by tricking some more memos once trick time comes into effect. Because we're going to have to get down to the cells somehow. Can't really see a route right now, but it will open itself up the more memos we detach.
Oh, definitely.
Kind of feel bad for, wait, is that the one that has a name? Or was it the one who's playing cards?
Bailey's the one with the name who's doing the memos.
Okay.
The other guy we've dubbed Steve for the time being.
I kind of feel bad for Bailey. He's literally just trying to write lists so he can be productive and get his shit done. And we're just fucking with him. Like, we're putting his job at risk.
That's his fault for being, part of a quirky Capcom puzzle game.
Yeah. Capcom games are not really kind.
That wasn't that funny. Sorry, I talked over you, Maxine. You probably had something more important to say.
Not really, I was just saying that Capcom games are not friendly to cops. I mean, Gumshoe gets the short end of every stick, and now these guys, these are just normal people trying to do their job. They're doing their best, like the rest of us, and we're just fucked with their whole night.
Although, Mexi, you say that, Resident Evil 2, I know obviously you've got two cops who get kind of dicked over because, they end up in a zombie apocalypse.
Oh.
But they do alright, all things considered.
It turned Leon from, I have a gun and I'm a member of the cops, into a meme spatting sort of guy in Resident Evil 4. God, I fucking love Resident Evil 4 Leon so much.
It's a fun game, man.
Say what you want about HellfireComms, but we haven't committed any arson in the near decade that we've been around, at least as far as I'm aware. Richie, what are you hiding from me?
Squeeze me? What the hell do you think I'm hiding?
It's the ones you least expect. It sent shockwaves throughout the HellfireComms Discord.
Well, you see, Tom, what I'm hiding from you are all the sick burns that I've got lined up for future commentaries.
Nice. Good play on words there. See, I told you he was all into arson and whatnot. So yeah, we're going to learn a little bit here about the other prisoners in the cell block. That dude was a big fat old arsonist, and oh, Bailey, you lie on my life. Not like the lamp, I mean literally. No wait, I meant figuratively, the lamp did it literally. Fuck, I'm bad today, I'm sorry.
Poor Bailey.
Won't be surprised if friggin' Steve, like, criticises his, like, grammar and handwriting next. Oh, you couldn't have typed this on a computer? Actually, why aren't they using computers? That would be much easier to take notes.
Because this game takes place in 20XX?
Yeah.
That makes even less sense, though. You should have Mega Man running about by now. X, even.
You know what? I don't even know. Because the weird thing is that the Phoenix Wright games take place in, like, actual years.
Yeah.
Like, they're kind of ahead of themselves, but they take place in, you know, actual years, and technology is kind of tied with those. So, yeah, when is Ghost Trick taking place? Especially since we have not Phoenix and not Gumshoe.
It feels like the early 2000s, either that or, like,
Yeah.
the early 2010s. It's not too different from, like, the technology we have now. But this dude that they're talking about here, the one who sang out National Secrets, like, live, they'll get to that in a second, he always reminds me of that one dude from Apollo Justice. Mexi, you're a big fan of Apollo Justice. Do you remember that case with the songstress? And, like,
Yep.
you have to keep rewinding the scene to find the, like, the sound effect and whatnot.
Exactly. I honestly wasn't too mad at that case. I was kind of okay with it, but I know that that's the one that everyone fucking hates. Looking at you, Ted.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's not that bad.
The least of his crimes, the shocking, horrible crimes of Ted. But, Apollo Justice needed more cases. Like, it felt like it was over before it began, and the problem with it was it tried to tell a trilogy's worth of story in 4 cases, one of which was a tutorial case.
Oh, you mean the one that had, like, all the plot?
So basically, it had a very similar issue to Justice for All, except it had to introduce a new character, and a new state of affairs, and a new prosecutor, in 4 cases, rather than having had a game to kind of settle into it all.
Basically.
But Justice for All had its own problem. Like, the reason it's not as good is because he had, like, a 10th of the time to write the story than he had for the other 2 games, so, like, I don't forgive it, I just understand it.
Alright, who are we dealing with now? D99. There it is, that's the one we need to know about. Oh, is he... Oh, okay. Dealing with a murderer. Not sure how I feel about helping Lynn out now.
I know, I mean, it's clearly much more horrible than the matters of national secrecy, because those just seem ridiculous, although they do involve arson and spilling national secrets. But, yeah, murder's pretty bad.
So is this place built specifically to hold criminals who threaten the national security/secrecy of everything? Because it seems... Yeah, there we go.
Well, because, like, there are different level jails. Like, you have county prisons, you have federal prisons, and even with federal prisons, you have maximum security prisons. And I just kind of know that because there were a few in Colorado. Like, there's one in Canyon City where, like, the Oklahoma bomber, like, big time murderers, they all get sent to the same maximum security prison, and then just everyone else gets whatever's nearby.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's similar in the UK. I mean, you've got Broadmoor Hospital, which is a high-security psychiatric hospital, which is basically a prison for the, like, really, really bad criminals.
This dude looks like a zombie, but when you actually get to see him up close in, like, his character profile, he has a normal skin tone, so I'm not entirely sure what they were going for there.
He reminds me of... Okay, now this is going to be really, really weird because no one ever talks about this, but one of the characters from the Guitar Hero series, there's one who has like a mohawk and shit. He's like Johnny or something Bones. He was always the character I would play in Guitar Hero, and he reminds me of him.
I played as Winston, so I share Yacht's impotent rage on that subject.
See, only at HFC can you get the quality commentary of who was your favorite character in Guitar Hero? Because who gives a shit?
I think mine's the Grim Reaper.
Oh, look at
Ooh,
Mr.
good
Fancy
one.
Unlockable Character over here. I guess we know how Reggie
Yeah.
rolls. And Steve over here has presented us with a path to get into the next room. As you see, he placed his thing of Ribena, or whatever, on top of the card pyramid. Scrunch it up. Swish. Bailey is who I aspire to be when I finally reach the magical age of adulthood. Pending right now. 29 years, well, 28 years and counting. Getting ahead of myself right now. I'll get there eventually, don't worry. Oh my god, is that a bazooka?
Oh shit.
Well, it's either a bazooka or a rocket launcher. Rocket launcher, rocket launcher.
Rocket Lyncher, holy fuck.
So, if Bailey wasn't your favorite character before, he better fucking be now, because if he's not, he's gonna shoot the shit out of you.
Yeah. Although, there's something comforting about having like a co-worker who always reacts in the exact same way. That level of certainty, not always present with certain people. You gotta be on your toes.
But it does kind of give us the dynamic between these two. It's not just, you know, lazy employee and eager employee. What is it? Steve is a senior employee as well, so, you know, he's probably just a little jaded to how things go, and for all we know, this is probably Bailey's, like, first week or some shit. So, you know, even more personality to characters that are just oozing it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Ghost Trick. It just keeps giving and 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 giving.
Until they die.
Sorry, I thought I was going somewhere with that, but my mouth kept going and my brain did not want to keep up. There we go. Now we can listen in.
Now, we are a machine that fights fascists.
Oh yeah, an electric guitar.
With nowhere to go. Also, why would they let him keep the guitar in prison?
A very sharp looking guitar as well, like that.
I know. You could probably stab someone with that, to be fair, considering how pointy it is.
Toothbrush? Nah.
I want a guitar shaped after myself. It'd be like very lumpy at the end.
Well, how do you know it's not the other way around? What if he's styling himself after the guitar?
Oh my
This
god.
is true.
Does the guitar have a backstory as well?
Of course the guitar has a backstory, Tom. It's a guitar.
These questions are never answered. Ghost Trick 0. No, fuck it. Minus 11 out of 10. IGN. Actually, what did IGN rate Ghost Trick, Richie? Just while C38 is taken back to his cell.
Bear with me a minute.
Oh, you're right, they do give him, like, normal skin.
Yeah, perfectly normal skin tone.
How bizarre.
I did say I don't have any, like... There's no characters I kind of hate in Ghost Trick, but this guy just kind of comes and goes. Like, his fellow cellmate is a little bit more interesting from a visual standpoint. This guy's just a punk.
He's just obnoxious, whatever.
So IGN gave Ghost Trick 8.5 out of 10.
I would agree with that. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say probably bump it up to a 9 out of 10, but 8.5 is a pretty decent ballpark.
Well, for me, like, a 9 is near perfect, so I would rate Super Mario Galaxy a 9. The only reason it's not a 10 is because there are some repetitious bits in it, but for the most part it's pretty, like, bang on. Xenoblade Chronicles, I'd rank a very low 10, by which I mean the side quests kind of let it down a titch, so maybe 9.5 for that.
See, I'm one of those weird people where, like, I feel that when it comes to 1 to 10 scale, I feel that 3 to 7 are highly underutilized, like, as rankings.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest, there should be way more games that are rated as 5s than there should be.
Yeah, like, it is ridiculous.
The magazines we used to read, Richie, like official Nintendo magazine, official PlayStation, I saw 5s all the time back there, so maybe it's an American publication thing.
And that's something I want to bring up, because that's what I really think it is that our game rating system is skewed by our education grading system. We're so used to 90 to 100 being an A, meaning great, 80 to 90 being a B, 70 to 79 being a C, and anything lower than 69% is just failure. Even though that's more than half the scale that you could possibly score under. So I just feel like that's carried over into professional grading, and so when something's average, like, it has to be a C. It can't be a 5, because 50% is failing in American schools.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that it's the same in the UK, although you've got the slight oddity of degrees, where 70 and anything over 70 is a first. And then 60 to 70 is a 2-1, 50 to 60 is a 2-2, and anything below that, then obviously you're going further below. I think probably the reason that UK publications were perhaps a bit better when it comes to review scores is because, I mean, I might be slightly wrong, but obviously the whole idea of reviewing, like theatre reviews, film reviews and stuff.
Okay, well, let me just stop you before you get going. You need to be in the circle before this inspection ends.
Yes, you do. See, I think that the whole thing of criticism and film criticism and stuff in general, I feel like it originated in the UK. I'm not 100% sure.
I can see that.
But I think that in terms of British publications, there is a very strong case for making sure that criticism is right, and so that sort of fed through into a lot of our games media. Whereas I think American games media is probably slightly further into trying to create its own thing.
Sensationalism as
well. And not
well.
necessarily paying too much attention to criticism as an art, well, not an art form, but criticism as a critical medium rather than just news journalism.
Okay, I think we spent enough time on this right now, sorry. I know how you feel about just words in general, Rich. You find them to be rich and luscious and you can't get enough of them.
Pretty much exactly, and also, oh, look at that chicken, although it looks a little bit like bread to me, but,
yeah.
You know, it's a chicken because there's a bone in it.
This guy's head is making me uncomfortable.
This guy looks exactly like a LucasArts character. If you were to take all the skin off of him, he would look like a Grim Fandango character.
Or, you know, something from, like, Day of the Tentacle and whatnot. We've done a lot of Sierra stuff. We haven't done many of the LucasArts games besides, what was it? Secret of Monkey Island, LeChuck's Revenge. So, yeah, you want to make sure you're in the spoon for this part. It's another pseudo-timed sort of thing. And Muggins over here, recording the game, was getting a bit too happy with stuff. Nice.
Everyone is such a good shot in this game. I'm so jealous.
Well, I don't know what you expected me to follow up that with. I agree, I guess.
It's a statement, bro. I just noticed that, you know, Steve's good at making baskets. That dude just made a spoon in a cup. Like, I throw shit across the room and it ends up in the wall.
Yeah, ends up in another state for me, which is odd because I live in the UK. Ah, here we go. I think we found prisoner D99, and take a look in the top left. That blackboard doesn't seem to have anything written on it. What does it mean?
See, how am I supposed to follow that statement?
So yeah, I have to say, I really like this cell.
It's pretty aesthetic. Yeah, I'll give it that.
Tom, you can't use the word aesthetic like that.
I can.
It's pretty aesthetically pleasing.
No.
Would be correct.
No.
It's got a nice aesthetic. Would be correct. But what you did was not.
Look, if the fucking Twitter hashtag system can register aesthetic as a single word, then I can use it as a single word. Thank you very much.
No, 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 no.
Ooh, someone's a language purist who doesn't understand that languages are fluid and constantly evolving. There is no right or wrong change, just a change.
I'm happy with language being fluid and evolving, but that type of thing just rubs me up the wrong way, because that's just like, no, that's not you evolving language. That's just you being wrong.
Whatever, Richie,
Well,
whatever.
there you go.
Let's get to the blackboard and see what we can find. Let's have a quick shufty at this newspaper. Tell us what your eyes see, Cecil.
Breaking news. Ghost runs rampant on town. People living in fear.
Oh no. Don't tell me. Ooh, now that's a fear that I haven't seen realised in many games before.
Now, boys and girls, we'd like to slow this commentary down and talk about something serious in the world today. Illiteracy is not a joke.
Yeah, it definitely isn't.
I mean, we're having a bit of a, commentary giggle here, but I seriously have not seen many games where the protag is illiterate. I mean, he can talk just fine, but, well, that would mean he was mute if he couldn't talk, I think.
Yes, it would be.
And that's kind of weird that, the main character's literacy is always a given. Even in games where it doesn't make sense. Like, you were talking about Sierra games, like King's Quest. These people live in medieval times. They should not be literate in any way, shape, or form. You play as characters other than humans. You should not be literate in any way, shape, or form. So there's a lot of reasons why a character could not want to read. But, as we play games and the character is our avatar, we just assume.
Yeah,
I can read,
yeah.
they can read.
So there's nothing on the blackboard. But, Lynn wanted us to find out information about, what's going on with D99, but there's nothing.
Yeah, which, probably says it all, really, and that's definitely not good.
Well, there's two explanations for this. Either he wiped off yesterday's information and hasn't been given tomorrow's, set, or there is no tomorrow for him. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
I mean, we can relate. We don't have a tomorrow. So we're trying to get shit done tonight.
This is very true. Cecil really doesn't have a tomorrow.
No, I'm more concerned about what Mexi meant about us not having a tomorrow.
No one does! This is terrifying. It's the end of the world. This is some Majora's Mask shit right here.
I know, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I'm feeling fine, to be honest.
I'm not. I'm having a fucking panic attack over it. That was like a few days ago, and the dude was like, no, made it up. Literally, that's what he said. No, I was wrong. Made it up.
I have to say, I like how there is now a thing where every year there seems to be a new apocalypse story, and everyone creates an event for it, and then there's you can get a little badge or something saying, "Yay, I survived the apocalypse this year."
So I'm gonna clue you in. So there actually aren't more of those happening. It's just that thanks to the internet, we know about them happening. These end of the world things have been happening since the fucking beginning of humanity. We all just want the end anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more annoyed that I'm not dead at this point, to be honest.
Someone really dropped the ball here.
Yes, let's have a look at this painting that you were scritching away at while we were working our way through Hot Dog Man's abode. Ah, okay. That doesn't explain the weird stone sculpture on the wall, but I guess we'll get to that eventually.
Dum dum dum. You totally captured my aura.
I mean, it's certainly a very good painting.
Time for chicken. Just in case you weren't paying attention, there's a spotlight for you.
Question, is the spotlight diegetic?
Like, sorry about that, a very localized power cut, I think you're fine.
It's a good question, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it would be amazing if it was diegetic, because that would mean that everything went dark and everyone just thought, why the hell is that painting illuminated? What the hell? I don't think it is diegetic because the light source was coming through the ceiling, nowhere near any actual light source.
Richie, you're being anal again, please.
I'm being accurate, thank you very much.
Oh, shut up, Mr. Language ain't fluid. Okay, this telephone cannot connect to the outside, or anyone in the office with Bailey and Steve can. So in order to take this information, that's, D99 does not have a future, apparently. We gotta go back to the guard room and out through the external line.
Hello, Officer Bailey. Yes, have you written any memos today?
Hitler? Surprised to see you here.
Suddenly Hitler.
It's very interesting to see him in video games again. I thought like Persona 2 was going to be the last time.
I mean, yeah, we could only have him as the Führer.
The dictator. I hope it was Persona 2. I'm only up to date with like 4. Good.
It was Persona 2 and they had to rename him.
Oh yeah! Dancing into the phone, I can hear you thrusting.
It's like, that's how he know that Inspector Cabanela is there. I can hear thrusting on the other end. I just put him on.
Lots of exposition coming up now. And I think you may be in for a twist or two, boys and girls. First, there was Sissel's portrait in Prisoner D99's cell, so obviously he knows Sissel somehow, piecing together bits of Sissel's memory. And yeah, watch on.
Yeah, I mean, I think the most important question right now is why the hell does the police commissioner, why is he not wearing his shoes?
I don't know exactly. I've forgotten his quirk.
To be fair, I have as well, but it's just like, just put your shoes on, man, you're at work.
That's pretty gross. Like, I can understand if you have an office job and you have, like, slip-on shoes, you kind of take them off so your toes aren't scrunched, but you keep your socks on at least!
Exactly!
Not very hygienic. You know what? We have the number, we're gonna walk to him and, like, trick his shoes back onto his feet.
Thank God.
There we go. And we're out of this bitch. It was getting a bit stuffy in the prison, I'm gonna be honest.
What do you guys feel about, in terms of this game, that ghosts and electricity are, similar? Because, I mean, the ghosts in this game definitely are elementally associated with electricity. That's why we manipulate electronics, we can go through phone lines. But, I mean, other games usually have ghosts be other elements too, so...
I think it makes sense, if we're trying to make sense of ghosts at all.
Because that usually tends to be, like, the conclusion with ghosts is that they represent energy, like the energy that's left in your body, and that's what remains, so...
Well, I mean, I would say the other root to this is, I think there's probably something in terms of Japan in particular, and ghosts and electricity, because if you look at Rotom, he is a ghost electric type.
Yeah.
Even though obviously his design is not quite similar, it's still a circle with something sticking out of it.
Yeah, it's a typical,
in terms of the design.
Wisp design, if you will. I'm not talking about the Sonic one, I mean like a Will-o'-the-Wisp sort of thing. Alright, let's trick our way over to that screen, because I think there's a particular video we need to see, and it might be filled with evidence.
Hi, boys and girls! This just ends up being like a Scruff McGruff instructional video about jaywalking or some shit.
Quiet, Lisa, the dog is barking. Is that just a very big remote control? Because I thought it was a VHS tape when we were recording, Rich.
No, I think that is the VHS tape.
I thought it was a cell phone.
It's very big, either way. And no, that is actually the remote, but it does look very much like a VHS tape. It's bizarre.
Man, Cabanela, can you not try and, like, out-fancy everyone in the room, please?
No, impossible. Not happening.
I guess. Let me tell you a thing while I drink my tea. The murder had to happen on tonight, of all nights, because that's when a certain event is going down. Oh yeah, baby. I'm gonna take you on a journey. A truth journey.
And the real villain behind this crime must be you there.
Here comes the twist, guys, and it shows the moment of Sizzle's death. We're gonna find out who killed him. Lynn said it wasn't her, but Crawler's truth and manageable seems to imply otherwise. So watch carefully. Don't blink. Don't even blink.
7 days.
There we are. Looking pretty fancy. Very gangster-like posture, although that could just imply confidence. You know, we're not being overbearing or anything.
I was gonna say, we're just a cool character. Like, even in death, we're super cool.
Oh? Lynn? No!
No, Lynn, if you pull the trigger, see? Shit like this will happen, and now a bullet's coming for you.
Jeez.
Yeah, Lynn, you cold-blooded bitch.
I'm so proud of my baby girl. She killed someone without hurting herself.
This is true. Yes, she's really improved before she died, you know?
Well, what you didn't see there was that tape didn't capture, like, the third part, the third bullet. Just ended up shooting himself in the head and Cecil rewrote it before he got, like, put down on tape. Cecil does have a point here, though. Did you notice how her arm was shaking when she pulled the gun up? Was that fear, or was something else influencing her? Exactly. Maybe it's the same person who brought down the screen in the first place.
Oh? You know, I still got my eyes out on Bailey. I mean, that guy's a little too enthusiastic about his job.
Too dedicated.
And then there's that pigeon.
Just the sight of Cecil's corpse chilling out on a broken settee is funny for some reason. I think it's meant to be the morbid, comfy juxtaposition that makes it so unsettling and winds back around to being funny.
That's probably another reason why they give him the sunglasses. I mean, yeah, it helps with, like, his ghost design, but it also means that, you know, you can just keep showing his body. It's like, it's dead! You don't need to know, just, it looks exactly the same as when it's alive, but trust us, it's dead. You know, obscures his eyes, so that they don't have to do X's on those.
Oh, Kitty!
The real reason we play this game.
Well, that's how the body got down there, so that's one mystery solved, at least. But I'm gonna have strong, firm words with Lynn, and so help me God, if she's dead again by the time I get back, I may just consider not saving her this time.
Tom, it's Lynn. She'll be dead by the next time we see her.
She'll have died like 3 times over.
Oh my God. Do you have alternate Sissels helping you out?
Remember what I told you? Everyone that we've killed so far is starting their own ghost trick that is simultaneously occurring because of ours.
Nearsighted Chigo. I can't wait to play his DLC.
Can't wait to play the missile DLC. It's just all missile all the time.
Oh, okay, so Lynn showed up at the stakeout point. This is pretty important. Bring her in, maybe? I don't know, there's like... I feel like there's some information we're not privy to right now. Okay, yeah, I think there are people of dangerous intent at Point X.
I think there's people of dangerous intent over this whole damn town.
Yeah, Jesus. No wonder the police are like overstressed and like his nervous tickers as he keeps scratching his leg with his foot. Must be like, he doesn't show stress in his face, it's in the other parts of his body.
Oh, okay, I kind of get that. Although I'm pretty sure he could just get like ointment for that.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounded like a crash to me.
Told ya.
I don't think that's how radios work.
See, I told ya, Lynn will be dead by the time we see her next.
But were you considering vehicular homicide in that situation? I wasn't.
Like she goes to the top of a mountain, or like the top floor of a skyscraper, and somehow a bus rockets up from street level, crashes through the window, and like flattens it.
That's funny. See, that's some Final Destination bullshit.
Oh god, look at the Chief's like feet now, he's going crazy. Just gotta retrace our steps here, go through the phone line, and we should be able to find Lynn and hopefully redo what happened. Oh my god, look at his fucking bell pepper nose.
Bell pepper, looks like bread, looks like chicken, looks like an infection. That guy needs to get it checked.
Yeah, I think a visit from the health inspector ghost would be sufficient. I will go back 4 months. Haha.
Go back 4 months to prevent the salmonella outbreak.
There you go. Yeah, we were actually given the option to travel here earlier, but that's just kind of a red herring. Yeah, you were supposed to stay at the junkyard at that point.
There's nothing left. Well, that's sort of a dark, depressing way. Bro, you work in the chicken industry.
Go on.
I mean, you should be happy, right? I've never worked with chicken.
So, yeah, I think we've probably got our next destination there. It's not going to be our final destination, but it's certainly our next one.
Well, it's an 18-part playthrough, so we're not even halfway through yet, but we should do, or should be, rather, by the end of the next session. Good job, Bexy. Good job, Richie. I think we've done well so far. Am I sounding patronising enough? I can turn it up a notch.
I mean, you could always just give me a badge.
I thought you were going to say you could always just give me a bath for a second there. Maybe I should wait until the end of sentences before I react. Alright. Inspector Cabanella, it is time to saunter out of the room and save your baby girl, if she's not already in 2 separate pieces on the highway.
She already dead. It's Lynn.
She dead, dying dead.
The music tells me that it is indeed the end of the part, but Sissel has to have his say before said part is over. I don't know why I'm so manic today. I apologise. That's what you have to do in these sorts of like puzzle visual novel sort of games. But I am genuinely enjoying Ghost Trick. It's been reminding me, doing this, how much I love the game. So, please join us next time when we head to the Chicken Kitchen, Point X. And I guess, gird your loins for another Lynn resurrection. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.